Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have a question for you guys. Really, I have a question. And when I say you guys, I'm talking about my subscribers, whom I appreciate so much, and those who will be watching their video as it pops up in their feed. So I have a question. Are we not supposed to be taking the neutral ground as South Africa when it comes to geopolitics? Are we not a peacemaking nation? Why are we seeing other people marching against the presence of Zelensky in South Africa? That's the question. It's a very honest question that I'm asking. I want to be educated because I feel like we are losing our direction a bit, because when it comes to war, ordinary people are the ones that are suffering. The people on the ground are the ones that suffer the most. And as the leaders get so protected, so nobody wins when the situation is like this. Anyway, guys, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who is also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country. So I'm going to be leaving you watching the march of the MK and hear what they said, why they're marching. Also, EFF took to the union buildings as well to say, no, we don't want this man here. So yeah, and then I'll be back with the reaction of the people as well as my commentary, more commentary on this matter.
We are united and we are saying Zelensky is a puppet. We don't welcome Zelensky in the Republic of South Africa. Zelensky have been engaged in the tourists, have been assisting the tourists to kill people in Niger, in Mali. So we're saying, President Ramaphosa, please let Zelensky go. We don't want Zelensky in the Republic of South Africa. Look, Zelensky's term have been ended. Zelensky, we don't recognize Zelensky as the president of Ukraine, because remember, the term of Zelensky had ended last year. So Zelensky is not the legitimate president of Ukraine.
If you did not hear the words that were being sung by the EFF, they are saying Zelensky omhlembe thina somlimaza thina somthatha simlahlelele. That's what they're saying. Hey, anyway, guys, no, let me not interpret that. Please, let me not interpret that. So, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger accuse Ukraine of supporting terrorism in Sahel. So, these are the things. This report was on 2024. So, these are the things that make people say, we don't really need this man in Africa. So we just don't want him. And South Africa is not supposed to be hosting this man, in this president in this country. So whatever your views are, kindly share them in the comment section as we continue to read. There is something also that was said by President of France, President Emmanuel Macron. So are we supposed to be choosing side, guys? I'm asking. So I'm going to read what he said, and then we'll listen to him. Are we supposed to choose sides on this one, or should we be looking at a bigger picture of attaining peace for ordinary people that are losing their loved ones, that are losing their lives in that place? War is just pure ugly. No, it is ugly. It is something that humanity does not need. So let us hear. Firstly, let me read what Emmanuel Macron said, and then I took this from his post on X, and then we're going to hear directly from him. So Emmanuel Macron posted, When he speaks to the Americans, President Putin says, I want peace. Yet he continues to bomb Ukraine and unalive civilians. He must stop lying and give a clear answer. Does he agree to a ceasefire? So these are the things that make me say we need to take a neutral ground that seeks to benefit the people of Ukraine instead of taking a side. You know, that's what I'm saying. I'm generally not on the side of Zelensky. I'm not on the side of Putin when it comes to the war in Ukraine. That's my chat. I just want those people of Ukraine to have their lives back and start the process of healing. That's why my thing is. I just don't have time to take side. Okay, I want Putin, I want this. Or maybe to start counting the sins of either side and say, but this one did 1, 2, 3, 4, so they are not supposed to be here. But if they are seeking, if Zelensky is here seeking the remedy of against the situation that is happening in Ukraine, to understand. So if he's looking for the remedy for the situation that is happening there, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. But this thing of taking side that we don't want this one, we don't want that one, when there are people in the middle of this chaos that are suffering in that Ukraine. So it's just no for me. But you do have your own views. Kindly share them in the comment section. Anyway, let us hear what President Macron said. Anyway, President Macron sounds so nice. That name sounds so nice. And when he even speaks, he sounds so nice. Please understand, I'm not talking about politics here. Please don't start counting his own sins. I just listening to him as a man, and his name, Emmanuel Macron. You see, Sana. And when he speaks, I will.
Sous l'impulsion américaine, le président Zelensky a fait un geste incroyable. Il a dit « Je suis d'accord pour un cessez-le-feu inconditionnel ». La seule chose que nous avons à faire, la seule chose, je l'ai redit au président Trump que j'ai eu il y a 2 jours nuitamment, la seule chose, c'est qu'enfin le président Poutine arrête de mentir. Quand le président Poutine parle aux négociateurs américains, il leur dit « je veux la paix ». Quand il parle à la planète entière, il dit « moi je veux la paix ». Il continue de bombarder l'Ukraine, il continue de tuer des vies en Ukraine. Il n'y a qu'une seule réponse qu'on attend. Est-ce que le président Poutine est d'accord pour un cessez-le-feu inconditionnel? Les Américains l'ont proposé, les Européens le soutiennent, le président Zelensky a dit oui. Si le président Poutine dit oui, les armes se taisent demain, les vies sont sauvées. La communauté internationale n'a qu'une chose à faire. Et l'énervement américain ne doit se porter que sur une seule personne, le président Poutine. Il doit répondre à la question qu'il leur pose. Et à ce moment-là, nous pourrons construire une paix juste, solide, durable, robuste.
Okay, now reading from the people's reaction towards that presence of Zelensky in South Africa. One thing we all know, Zelensky will be here tomorrow as President Cyril Ramaphosa planned, as the presidency rather planned. I am not sure where will you be. Anywho, it is what it is, comrade. What's your plan around your statement? No, this one was responding to somebody who shared a post and said, you know, we need to reject the presence of Zelensky in this country. He started counting how wicked and cruel Zelensky is. So for me, both men are not clean. That's my take on this thing. Both men are not clean. And it is ordinary people of Ukraine who suffer the most. So, yeah, this thing must not be turned into something like political battle between power struggle between Zelensky and Putin. People are suffering. Real people are suffering. When Donald Trump abandoned Ukraine, European leaders railed behind Zelensky in support of Ukraine. Trump is threatening to invade Burkina Faso. African leaders are silent. What's wrong with African leaders? African Union, Cyril Ramaphosa. So these are the people that are expressing also their dissatisfaction about the presence of Zelensky in South Africa. And this one said, remember how arrogant Zelensky was when African leaders visited Ukraine on peace mission? Look at him today. Yeah, Zelensky doesn't know. People keep grudges. And what I've noticed as well, if you can go on X and be checking different posts on Zelensky's presence in South Africa, Africa is divided. Others are like, no, but he's supposed to be here if he's looking for solutions. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as he's going to sort out the situation that is happening in his country. And others are like, no, he's just a terrorist, he's this and that and that and that and that. So we are divided. But what I'm saying at the end of the day, as for me and my house, we don't take sides between Zelensky and Putin. For one reason and one reason only. These are two politicians that are making ordinary people of Ukraine suffer the most. And you know, the countries that have never experienced such thing that is happening in Ukraine, it is very easy for us to turn this thing into a political issue and be like, to use this, let me rather say that, because it is a political issue, because two politicians are involved fighting for territory and power. So what I'm saying is, if you have never seen war and slept in the mountains and losing your loved ones, and your life is turned upside down, and you lose your mind, you no longer know between the good and the bad, the real, what's real and what is not, and you just living in a very hopeless situation, and you have people that have never experienced that, and all they are worried about is that this president was not supposed to be in this country. And we don't know. And I would like to believe that Zelensky is sensible enough to be in South Africa because he's looking for solutions and save his people and his country from all the madness that is happening in Ukraine. So why would you not want to see that? Please let me know in the comment section. Why is this so bad? Why is this so bad? As we know that he came to South Africa, a country that always takes a neutral ground when it comes to this situation, and takes a neutral ground when it comes to geopolitics. And we are a peace-making nation. So what is wrong with that, intervening in that situation? We don't even know how the conversation is going to go between President Ramaphosa and Zelensky. And we also know that South Africa has that relationship with Russia and President Putin. He is in good terms with our presidency. So it looks like, we don't know the inner workings of that, but that's how it looks like. At the end of the day, I don't care about politicians. I really don't. My biggest thing is about the people of Ukraine. Imagine if this were to happen to us as South Africans. You see how chilled we are. We do have problems. The problems that we cause ourselves, like the ones of crime and whatnot. There's a lot of things that we cause for ourselves, but we have not. I'm talking about the generation that we are today. We don't know how it feels like to sleep in the mountain because there's a war somewhere. Or maybe there's war in South Africa. We don't know how that feels like. So it's very easy to take for granted that situation that is happening in Ukraine, which is not good. Anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, please share your comments in the comment section. Please educate me. Why is this so bad? I don't want now to go counting Zelensky's sins against Africans, Putin's sins against Africans, if there are any. I just want to talk in a context of, as we see that the people of Ukraine are suffering, is it so wrong for Zelensky to be in South Africa looking for solutions? And guys, if you watched up to here, do have yourself a beautiful day. I'll be seeing you in my next upload.